already.
That's quick.
It was quick. To us, it was quick.
Yeah, I guess.
You ready for the ride along?
For sure. Seatbelt needed?
Not needed. So this will be part 3 of this. For those that are following along, this is basically we've gone through a bunch of changes with this car, and the whole entire build I'll link above. This is probably the 5th or 6th video now, so if you're interested in 1AT big turbo content, there's a lot of info in this whole little series. So now we're going to, we got water meth on it, we did a turbo swap, GTX3071 Gen 2, and we're going to see what we can get for power on 91 octane with the water meth setup. It's running Eurodyne Maestro 7. All the rest of the details of the engine build will either be in the description below, maybe in the description below. It's definitely in the previous videos.
Yes.
Okay, so Clayton, I'm just going to start logging, and got the boost controller turned off right now. We'll see what it makes for the first run.
Just a base run, no
Base
water
run,
meth.
just to see where the map is, fueling wise, and stuff like that.
All right.
Okay, so I've already had the car out on the road just to check fuel trims before we got it on the dyno. So I've got probably a half an hour or so driving on it. Everything was pretty decent. So I suspect this to be pretty close right off the get-go for the boost that we're going to be running, because it's going to be pretty low. It's probably only maybe 8 or 9 pounds of boost, I suspect. But there's no leaks or anything like that. Obviously we checked all that stuff before we decided to get it on the dyno. Also, we make sure the car's up to temperature. Pretty standard practice, but some people, because of the wonderful world of YouTube and watching videos, they think that we're just chucking a car on here, but there's a lot of stuff that you guys don't see behind the scenes. All right, GoPro and folks watching along, we're ready to make our first run on this. Hopefully we don't have a problem with the tach signal. It was jumping around there a second ago, but we'll get it rolling and see how we make out.
It's so deceiving because this thing revs forever.
Yeah, I know, and I still let out early.
So it sounds like big power.
Yeah, no.
It sounds good. It sounds really good.
It does sound good. It's just, for those wondering along, it's just a resonator. That's it on the whole thing.
3-inch adjustment.
3-inch with a resonator. So, because I get this question quite often, doing a straight pipe on your car, if it's not turbocharged, is absolutely moronic. So don't think because a turbo car sounds good with basically no exhaust that an NA car is going to sound good. It does not sound good. It sounds terrible, unless you're at a drag strip or something like that. But if you do an NA car, straight pipe, you're probably going to get pulled over pretty quick. A turbo is essentially a muffler, so it keeps it quiet.
And really depending on the car, like a smaller turbo car doesn't sound good with straight pipe. Like usually a bigger turbo car.
But it's not going to be loud though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the difference. It's
Still
like,
though, I've heard some pretty terrible.
Well, yeah. So I'm going to just look through this, see what it was doing. No water meth spraying at this time. So we're just going to assess and start chucking the boost at it. That was only 240 horsepower, so pretty weak sauce at this point. Okay, so I've turned the boost controller on. I don't know what we'll see for boost at this level, so I'm just going to keep an eye on timing. Boost isn't going to be crazy high, but I'm just going to keep an eye on timing. That's my major concern. So, and we also hooked up, I forgot to hook up the map sensor to it so I can measure boost on here. But it's hooked up now, and we're ready. That gave us no boost. We didn't get any boost. It's not going to help us out very much. Yeah, we need more duty cycle. I don't know, clearly. Power if we don't get any more boost. So let me reassess here.
All right, so did you figure it out?
I figured it out.
All right, yeah, that's good. Just some settings, right?
Setting, yeah, I had the wrong settings.
Like the on and off setting?
Yeah, I said that I had turned it on, but clearly I didn't. So we're going to redo that again. We're going to add some boost to it now. And the water meth is going to start spraying, because that's the plan. As of right now, it's just little boosts. So now that I've actually turned the boost controller on, whoa, you're so close. Stop it. It must be wide. Get. The light is dim when it's on and working, and then goes brighter when it's flashing. And yeah. Yeah. Like it lets you know, like, hey, I'm here. I'm working
harder.
And then when it's flashing and working hard, and then when it's spraying, and then when it's like out, I think it flashes. Let's say.
Oh, when it's out of meth?
When it's out, yeah. And we got some errors with the Maestro, so we're going to try to relog this. All right. Hold on. Well, traction control gets me every time.
Definitely some more boost.
So we're into the 300s now. Just barely though. 304. I have to look and see what the fueling was like. Well, I was watching it, but I gotta look at the log. But looked like
looks like you could probably come back on spring pressure a little bit too.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But it's all over the place, so that's looking like fueling and some timing. I can probably throw some more timing on it, but that's the point of this. So I gotta look at the logs now, and then we'll probably have to make a map for it. All right, just a little more power, same boost. Let's hope. Power, same boost, but not as much as I was hoping. work to do on the back end though. Yeah. Did she say that also?
I hope not.
So, resume. We're ready to, I made quite a few changes, a couple things that I missed, and we're not changing the boost for a little bit yet. We're gonna see if we can get some more power out of it at this boost level. So, I think it's like 22 pounds right now. So the last couple of runs we've gained like probably 40 horsepower. I'm looking at you, but I should be looking at the camera, I guess. Okay. We've gained like 40 horsepower. So we're gonna just keep on this trend, see if we can get some more before we turn the boost up. Alright, let's see what these changes make here. Getting closer to what I want out of it at this boost anyways. So Clayton, we're going to stop, pause, rinse, repeat, and try to get some more power.
Fun of dyno stuff.
Exactly. And with this, as I mentioned, maybe in the orange video, the car with the you know what I'm trying to say.
The orange car video?
Yeah, the orange Jetta. We basically create the map and then you got to reflash it every time. It's not like regular standalone. So although we have a lot of functions of a standalone system, it's one of the downsides. We got to write the file to the ECU, so it takes 10-15 minutes every time. So let's do it. A little more boost again.
How many more boosts?
I don't know. Percentage wise, just 4%.
Should have went 8.
Hitting the cut. Okay.
What are we doing? What happened? Why did we stop?
We stopped. Well, it was getting late for one reason. We started hitting the cut finally when I started first turning the boost up.
What kind of cut? Boost cut?
Fuel cut. But it was just a small little spot on the map, and I had the gauge sent pretty aggressively or pretty sensitive, I guess.
Yeah, we didn't talk about this actually.
What?
Like me and you. I had no idea. Like I'm learning right now.
Yeah, that's all what it was in the end. Was there was a small part in the map where this turbo comes on a lot quicker now, that made it a little bit leaner. Not anything as a problem, but because I had the gauge set so sensitive, it would be like random when you get into higher boost that it would happen.
Cool.
So
you did one run already just to see with the same settings.
Just to make, exactly,
so it's time to turn it
cuts
up.
fixed. All right,
so
Clayton.
Pretty good start, actually.
Yeah, so
looks like
a
it's
little
fixed.
more boost that time. It made 383, 335 torque.
And the most important thing, it didn't hit any cut, like you said.
No cuts, got rid of the cut. So now we're gonna play around with this map a little bit, try to stick around this boost. The graph is pretty clean, actually. You can show them. And we're gonna see if we can make a little bit more power right around this level.
All right, cool.
Okay?
Yep.
Yeah, it's hard to hear with the old earmuffs on.
Yeah, I heard it hit that cut.
I couldn't tell. Wasn't watching it.
I said it was fixed.
Yeah, clearly I left something in there. 409. 409. But I gotta look at that, see where that piece is, and make an adjustment. We're
Ready for what?
We're ready to try again. I want to turn the boost up, but we gotta have it hammered out. It's not hammered out yet.
Get hammered.
I'm gonna hammer away. I think we lost air on the brake, so don't step over there. 412. So, I'm gonna look at the map and see if we can't squeeze a little bit more out of this thing yet.
A little bit more juice?
A little more juice, maybe. Just gotta look at the boost and take a look over the map, and we'll see where we end up here.
Figure out why we lost air on the dyno.
And also figure out why we have no drum. Okay, so we had 2 runs back to back, like 411, 412. Things are looking good. Boost controller's turned up. This will be the highest boost we ran yet.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we'll see how this one goes and reassess.
Hopefully not. Hopefully it's like
Bonnie?
yeah. Is it tag it and bag it, or what's the saying?
Is that a saying? Tag it and bag it? I don't know.
Retail world, I guess.
Ship it. All right, let's see what we got here.
All right.
Okay, this is the highest boost we got set in it yet, and we're gonna see if we can make a nice clean run. Didn't make any more boost, Clayton.
I told you something's up with that.
Didn't make any more boost.
Something's up with the solenoid, and the boost
Thingamajigger?
controller, or something's
Something's messed
I'm gonna
up
say
with-
it. I'm gonna say it. Something's f***y.
Ooh,
Yeah.
can't say that.
I'll
Ducky.
beep it out.
No, Ducky is good, right?
Right.
Okay, well, gotta.
Oh, wait. Let's reassess.
I am going to.
Alright.
So, Clayton, you filming?
Yeah.
We tried to turn the boost up.
Yeah.
We got no response. The solenoid's definitely working because
We have some control.
We have-
Oh, sorry. It's doing something.
we're definitely getting a lot more boost than spring pressure. But Clayton found a small leak in one of the lines. We thought we had another problem with the lines being really close to heat, but that was a non-issue. We rerouted those. Rerouted? Rerouted?
Maybe. I don't
Routed?
know. Whatever.
Routers.
We're not an English channel. It's fine.
We're a cooking channel.
Yeah.
We changed those, but in the means...
Only pants?
Only pants, yeah.
Only pants.
We changed that, but Clayton, while we were digging through it, Clayton found a small hole in one of the lines. So that could play some small bearing on what we were chasing earlier.
And that line was going to the map sensor for the boost controller and also the map sensor for the water meth controller, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So I've turned the boost back down to where we know we had a good run.
Yeah.
We're just going to make sure all is good. Then we're going to try to do it again.
All right.
Okay, so let's do it. basically back to where it was. So now we're gonna turn it up. Hopefully we can get a little bit more boost out of this. I mean, my goal really was to make around 400 with our crappy gas and water meth on this. Be super fun street car. We got 412, 413, I think. But I do want to try to get a little bit more boost out of it, see what we can get. So we're putting the extra effort in, see if we can squeeze a bit more out of it.
All right. You have faith this time? It's fixed?
No.
Nope.
Fan?
Yeah, fan. It's fixed.
What?
It's fixed.
We made 427, 361 torques. You got lots of torques.
I told you I found the issue.
That's pretty much where I want it to end for boost. I might be able to chuck some more timing at it, but I'm gonna do a little bit of digging here and see where I want to go from here.
All right, like, subscribe, see you in the next video.
Okay, Clayton, the blue GLI. We're gonna stop here. So it did we did a few runs in the 420-ish range. 427, 429 was the highest, 363 torque.
The stoners are going to be stoked.
Yeah, you're right. Most of the run was like 28 pounds of boost. 29, it gets there. But, so that's where we're stopping. I can go probably a little bit higher, but it's getting to the point that my goal was kind of really to see around 400. Our fuel, as we've mentioned many times in the past, is really junky. 91 octane.
91, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, did you know?
No.
It's 91.
Yeah, okay.
It's really junky, so for us to really, lean on a single nozzle water meth setup to make this kind of power on our fuel is really good. A couple things to note on this. If the car is knock limited and the ECU is already pulling timing, then you could put a water meth kit on it, look at some logs, and potentially gain a little bit more power. The key to this, and the reason we're making really good power and I can turn the boost up this high, is because we're actually tuning for it. So chucking a water meth kit on your car and just hoping to make 60, 70 horsepower in a 4-cylinder doesn't happen like that. The setup is tuned specifically for the water meth. So we've achieved my goals. Could probably go a little bit further, I think, but we do have a lot of time into hammering this one out, chasing the odd little problem, stuff like that. So I'm satisfied where we are. I know the customer is going to be super satisfied because when it left the last time, it was probably only at around the 350 wheel horsepower on pump gas, and it was a lot lazier. So we're going to show you the difference between, I think we got 2 runs around the 400 horsepower range, and we're going to show you the difference at that level of how much power you gained down low. So give me a minute, Clayton. I don't have boost on that though, so we can't really compare boost, but it doesn't matter because it's turbo for turbo, power band, right?
Yep.
So the blue is the 62. It made, again, these aren't peak numbers, we're just trying to compare similar horsepower runs. Right, Clayton?
All right.
So the blue was 406, was a 6262. The red 412, so very similar overall peak power. But if you look,
I can tell you one thing that's not similar.
if you look at like 4,700 RPM, 4,800 RPM, we're talking 95 wheel horsepower in the difference and 100 foot-pounds of torque.
And I don't care how off your butt dyno is, you'd feel that.
You're 100% going to feel that. So this is going to make this car completely different on the street. I have no doubt he's going to be pumped with these upgrades.
Yeah,
so
let's take another look at that.
Yeah, it's a crazy, crazy difference in the power. In fact, yeah, we're creeping on 100 horsepower in the difference.
In a power band that you spend a lot of time in.
Spend a lot of time, yeah. So it lights up really quick. and clearly makes the power. At the one thing you'll notice a difference is that the exhaust wheel on the 62 is continuously making power, where now the 3071 to like 8,000 RPM is starting to fall off. But the little bit of sacrifice up top ended up being very similar peak power in the end. It's going to be a ripper on the street for sure. So Clayton, what are we forgetting? I don't know what I talked about in the video previous, because
this one's not going to be fun.
Editing? No, because things were going really good the other night. We started making some good power, and then we were running into troubles and troubleshooting, and just the way things go. I think I said at the end of the previous video for this car is that we're probably going to have a few hours worth of work. Was I lying, Clayton?
No, you forgot to put quite in front of it.
Quite a few hours? Okay. Yeah. So if you have any questions or comments, most of the details for this are throughout the series that we've done on this car, but there's a lot of details in the description.
This will be like part 6 of this, right?
Yeah, 6, I guess. It's part 6. This month, Clayton, are we going to do it this month?
10,000?
10,000.
Can we
try?
If we do, let's do a live video.
Maybe with the drag car? New turbo?
100%.
Maybe. So, like and subscribe. For everybody that missed the blooper at the end of the drag car video, because I think there's probably an ad right before it, go back and watch. It's pretty hilarious. I felt like an idiot, just so you know. So, don't forget to like and subscribe. Any questions, ask them below. See you in the next video. I was just going to say that the GoPro's dead, so...
No, I charged my battery.
Oh, it's not on. You're quick, man. You're quick. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
GoPro, start recording. Okay, Clayton, the video right before this one, there's 10 minutes of basically me doing nothing, so prepare yourself. Clayton.
Yo.
I want to show you something.
I don't want to see it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It looks like the people want to see the new turbo on the car.
Oh yeah, I voted yeah too.
91%.
Yeah, I definitely want to see it.
9% said wait. And actually a lot of the waits were people I know, but like there was like 500 people that voted for do it now.
Sweet, so when we're doing it?
Well, it is a long weekend coming up.
Yeah, I have no plans, that's fine.
GoPro, start recording. GoPro, stop recording.